and welcome back to another rendition of Overanalyzing Music. Today we're working with Knocked Loose and Poppy, Suffocate. It's a big one for me. Had the privilege of seeing Knocked Loose. I don't even know now. I guess so. A year ago, coming up on 2 years ago, which is kind of bizarre to me. Amazing live show. They sound just super sharp live, and this was like their song. I think for me, got me into them, and I think a lot of people can resonate with that. That this was the song that kind of really blew up, and then got a lot of people into wanting to see them. So that's where I'm at. So I wanted to share my excitement with this song with the rest of the world. So let's give it a listen. Just a quick reminder that if you're not sure how this goes and how I go about like watching or not watching the videos, but or listening to the music and what I say about it, this is not a reaction video. I mean, I guess in a way it's a reaction video, but it's not like my first time seeing this or listening to this. It's I've listened to this multiple times, and this is the way I listen to it, and I'm for the sense of like the title, overanalyzing the song. So I'm going to be listening and watching to the music video. Like I've said before, when I put the music videos on, it's so that you have something to watch as well. I'm not actually going to be commenting on the music video itself. If that's something you'd be interested in, let me know, and I could do videos like that. Stop it right on time there. Opening riffs are like huge signifiers for the mood of the song and what they want you to grasp. Like, it's introductory material, it's first impressions, it's what the artists want you to hear first. So what does that riff say to you? To me, it's saying there's this sluggishness to it, there's a bit of harshness going on, and there's this like there's moving parts, right? Because it's not it's maybe the riff is almost like speaking to itself, right? Or it's having a conversation with itself in a way. Just, by the way, that boom boom however it goes, I just listened to it, I forget how it goes. That like moment there, that transition and the build up into Suffocate comes back later. So this is an introduction of material that they're going to repurpose later for the purpose of just being absolutely brutal and nasty. Again, second voice. It wasn't the main singer singing that. I have no clue what they said, but we're also getting these conflicting styles of. Then we have blast beats. We had punk beats. We had the beginning was just a straight up like death metal double bass beat. We're getting these conflicting styles, and it's making you like per the title of the song, it's making you hyperventilate a little bit. Like, there's so much going on. I don't know what to listen to. I don't know what to latch on to. Nothing feels comfortable. Almost like you're getting out of breath, right? You're gonna suffocate. Are you conscious behind the knife? Or is it just another disguise? Take from me. Take it now, take it now. Everything that I have. I love that there's those like panic chords. Those like really dissonant high string chords. I love that that's the name of them, because I think that's exactly what they signify. They signify this moment of panic, and they're trying to make you panic. And I think we haven't landed yet on some kind of like, this is the groove, this is the style, this is the riff. It's been moving all over the place. The only thing that's been solid is the beginning riff, and that build up into Suffocate has been the only solid part. Now, we're about to handle something we haven't handled yet in this series, which is the introduction not only of another voice, but a member outside of the band. So this is a completely foreign person as far as the band and their narrative is concerned. So we have to be very conscious of what that adds to the value and the listening experience of this song. There's a lot of ways to interpret it. So let's give it a listen and see what happens. Again, now we're doing some like open hi-hat disco groove. Like, we have not had a foundational groove riff style. Nothing. It's been constantly changing. We can't settle on something. Like, it really like is signifying this hyperventilation and this panic and the feeling of suffocation. And also, Poppy being introduced is interesting because she's about to also play a narrative role. So is her singing role the same as her narrative role? That's like, I don't actually know what I think about that. This part is what I'm talking about. Also crashing down, and then the music comes down. For separation. So then the main singer joins in on the narration. I've never thought about that. Because Poppy's taking on this narrative role, and then the main singer comes back and starts screaming the words that she's saying. And so, is he taking part in the narration, or is it almost like this oath? Like, repeat after me, repeat this oath, or repeat this enchantment, or whatever spell, or I don't know, vex. Yeah, that's interesting. What do you think? Is the Poppy that's doing this narrative role the same character, if you will, as the singing Poppy? Have you found your grave? Suffocate! Oh, I picked it right before the screen comes. So, the one thing... First off, nothing better than just settling a breakdown on some dembao, right? Like, that's some crazy stuff right there. But I've talked about this in previous episodes. The conflict between the lower strings of the guitar and the higher strings, which I think panic chords really push into, because it's like, not only is there this conflict between the two timbres, the two registers, the two sounds, but it's stressed when we have those panic chords and those high strings are really obviously separate from the low strings. And so the dembao like beat that the drum also provides, it's a conflict of the kick and cymbal with the snare drum. So there's this division, but it's like it's one of those things where it's almost ironic or paradoxical. I'm not quite sure what the term is, that everything is unified. The riff is unified with the beat, and all the instruments are playing the same exact thing at the same time, which we really haven't gotten yet. But with integral to that groove and that beat is an inner conflict. So that kind of harkens back to the Poppy narration and the main singer kind of repeating what she's saying. It's like there's this inner conflict going on. Maybe Poppy's inside his head or something. Like it really signifies things that have happened already. kind of this first moment that we've had a clear, like obviously the beginning of that initial breakdown is like a clear unification between all the parts, but this is like we finally are settling on like a groove, a style, like a specific sound. We're agreeing on a sound. Like there's unification and synchronization. We get it. How far in are we? We're 2.5 minutes almost in. So basically, actually, we're at the end of the song. So at the end of the song, we finally get unification. So is that reflective of a decision being made, or is that reflective of, I don't know, synchronization between the two singing parts, between Poppy and the main singer? Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to cook on that for a little bit. Yeah, I think it is a unification or a synchronization between them, because they're singing in unison now. There's no conflict between them. There's no like copy after me. They're singing the same exact thing. So this unification of the parts is representative of whatever conflict was happening between the two voices is resolved, or resolved makes it seem like there's like maybe like compromise, but resolved in the sense that the conflict is, that initial conflict is over and there's a resolution in the conflict between the two voices, which are now one. So did he like give in to something, or yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I've never really thought about that before, because at the end there, they're singing together. So this constant conflict and the inability to settle, and this uncompromising clash within the guitar part itself, and then everything comes to this synchronization at the end. It's even the voices. So how does that tie into the narrative? I'm not extremely familiar with the lyrics, obviously, because they're screaming them. But if you're more familiar with the lyrics or something, and you're realizing how this ties into that narrative, post that in some kind of comment, because I'd love to know that. Well, thanks again for checking out this video. If that was your first time hearing the song, congratulations. Go listen to it a second time with everything I've said in mind. I definitely have to give that a re-listen. There's a lot of things I've realized while listening through this for the video that I've never realized before. So I have to go back and do some thinking on the song. If you have a song that you'd like me to check out, please let me know. If there were things you agreed with or disagreed with, let me know as well. And if there was something you picked up that I missed, I would love to know that as well. And I could even give it another listen with that in mind. Right? It enhances the listening experience. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and hope to catch you on the next one.